Did you also enjoy I don't know if gamesmanship is the right word, but maybe the challenge of the NASCAR Rule Book? Because you told some great stories about when, the car needed to be redesigned, or if there was something coming, of how you guys, again, tried to manipulate NASCAR to get what you want. Did you enjoy, Ray, during your time as a crew chief, trying to figure out, okay, how can I use the rule book to my advantage?
Well, I think had it not been a crew chief, I probably would have been a good lawyer. I love that show, Suits, right?
I
love
do
it.
too.
I love the show,
It.
But when those things came out, the first thing we would do is look for an advantage, right? So everybody's going to get to the edge of the envelope. But if we could get there faster, we'd have the advantage sooner. And there were a lot of gaps as things were developing, and race car dynamics and the running the race, it was developing. There were new materials and lighter weight and more aero. There were a lot of gaps in the old NASCAR rule book, and people said, oh, those guys cheated. Well, no, we didn't cheat. I remember getting into an argument one time of them saying the dry shaft has to be metal. Okay, so we show up with aluminum dry shaft. They said it can't be aluminum, it has to be metal. I said aluminum is a metal. They said no. I said yeah, aluminum is a metal.
See, that's what I love.
And so then it had to be no non-ferrous or whatever. So it was different kind of deal that. And NASCAR didn't like the fact, I don't think, that they had to keep closing up the rule book and closing up the rule book. And, they got a little bit tired of some of my antics. But, it was, as I said, it was all the evolution of the sport.
Yeah. Do you have fond memories of Bill Jr.? Because, again, you told a great story in there about basically how it was Rick, not so much you, but Rick being able to also manipulate them to get what you want with the redesigned back bumper of the Chevy. That was absolutely hilarious.
Rick, that was Rick. I was like, what? Yeah, so, yeah, the 1995 Monte Carlo at that time, man, it was an incredible car. But the tail was too narrow and too round.
Yeah.
And we needed to make it wider and square, to get the air to break off and help with the downforce and drag and whatnot. And it just looked a lot different than what we needed. So you had the fairly round one, which is the one NASCAR wanted us to have. And then we had the square one, squarer one, which was good. It was fine. And then Rick's like, well, get a really wild one. And I was like, we're not going to get that one.
Yeah.
He said, put that one on. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to improve it. So, but I didn't get, and we went in there, he's negotiating back and forth with Bill France, and he's like, man, it's a great car, but we need a little help, and this round back bumper that you guys want us to run, it's not going to work.
Much.
And he said, and Bill, he's like, well, this is the one we need here, Bill. And Bill's like, oh, and he said, well, have you got something in between? And Mr. Hendrick goes, well, this one isn't as good, but we got this one. And I'm like, oh my God. So we had fun, but that was the game back then, the people with the Tauruses or Thunderbirds, you were fighting for every half inch, and NASCAR didn't like that. That's how we got all of the standard rules now. But the question you asked about Bill France, I can tell you that it was an honor to know him. And you hate to say, man, I love that guy, because everybody says that, but being around him, because he had so much wisdom, I don't think he ever got the credit. Bill Sr., Ali, he started the deal, certainly, Jim is handling it now and doing a great job. But Bill Jr. could have easily been the president of the United States and done a great job, because he understood everything, and he had a way. I love the way that he explained things.
Yeah.
And when they say, they've used the term a lot, benevolent dictator, whatever, and maybe he was, a benevolent dictator, but he did, in his world, it was fair for everybody. He understood that the fans come first. And as I said, he had a way of explaining stuff to you that it would make you think, first you think you're getting yelled at, and you don't even realize he's giving you the key to figure it out yourself. As I told you in the book there, he's yelling at us for being so fast at Darlington, don't stink up my show, right? And I'm like, and I'm getting mad, because don't tell me how to go my fast. And then he gives me the old, did you win 10 races last year? Yeah. Did you win the championship? No, because you run too hard, and the people boo you because. And then I started to realize, as a crew chief, he's telling me, like, why do you push the car to 100% and then it breaks or you crash or you whatever? And he just the wisdom that he had was amazing. And he could get pissed at you. He got so mad at me one time. He got so mad at me, I swear, and I tell the story. He used to smoke, because everybody's a Winston.
Yep.
He got so mad at me one time. I made him so mad. When he yelled at me, I swear fire flew right out of his mouth. I swear like he was like a drag, like he was mad at me, right? Because I'd mouthed up and said something I shouldn't have said. But then 5 minutes later, he'd have his arm around you and be okay.
Yep.
Once it was done, it was done. So not many people like him on the planet. We could use some more Bill Francis right now.